Going on to this weekend's game, then it's a bit like the other night, isn't it? Many people will look at it and expect you to get the 3 points, but Northampton is certainly a side who like to spring a surprise or two.
Yeah, they do, and I think the league in general itself, I think we've seen so far that it's very, very unpredictable, and anyone can beat anybody. And you've only got to look at the amount of points that even the teams in the bottom four, the amount of points that they've got so far at this stage as a bottom four club. So nothing for granted. It's going to be a difficult game. Obviously, they're on the back of a heavy defeat at Oxford, but I have to say they had a lot of players missing from that game, whether it be through injury, suspension, certainly at the back anyway. A couple of players that we're familiar with that may return tomorrow. So, we're expecting a tough encounter, and obviously, one that we're looking to get back to winning ways ASAP.
Yeah, Kean Bolger and Alan Sheehan obviously there. Does it help when you're coming up against players that you know well, that you've coached, that you feel you can find an advantage when you come up against them?
I think definitely you've got a little bit of information about them, but having said that, because of obviously watching games all the time and video of games, the strengths and weaknesses of most players you come up against. But again, I suppose the flip side of that is that they'll probably have that extra motivation and drive and determination to try and make sure that they win the game and play their best and be part of what they think is going to be a winning team.
Let's get to the usual injury question then. The ones that are injured, are they recovering as expected?
They're kind of recovering as expected, but we're still where we are. We won't be able to fulfil the bench again, and we've still only got, I think it's 15 fit outfield players as it stands at this minute. But that may change for Boxing Day. One or two have got a reasonable chance of coming in. I think beyond that, getting into the whole game, I think that's where hopefully one or two might start returning on, hopefully on a regular basis throughout the month of January.
And no new injuries picked up on Tuesday?
Just Lewis, really. I'm hoping, keeping my fingers crossed, it'll be fine for tomorrow. But I think everyone's seen it in the error he made. He went into a challenge. So with Udo, the striker, and he come out second best. He got a bit of a knock to his ankle, but I think it's just a kick. It's not a twist or a strain or anything. So maybe just a little bit of an ego bruise more than anything else, and hopefully he'll be fine for tomorrow.
I think you was meeting with George Grant this week to talk about his contract situation. How did that go?
Yeah, it went well, I think, but obviously time will tell. But no, I mean, obviously we're in a position with him that he's obviously very ambitious lad, and he has the quality to play at the next level. We know that, but we want to be able to give him the opportunity to do that with ourselves. And if it isn't this season, put ourselves in a position where we can convince him that if we do fall short and it doesn't quite happen this year, then next year might be the way. So I still think there's a bit of time to go and a bit of negotiation, so to speak. But I have to say, it felt very positive.
Is it something you want to get done by the end of January? So if you feel things aren't going your way, you might be able to at least get some money for him rather than let him go for nothing in the summer?
Yeah, I mean, well, I think with the timing in terms of what he's got left in his contract, I'm not sure, what type of fee that would certainly get at this stage, especially with COVID and the way things are. I don't see that being an option, if I'm being honest. I think the two options here is either going to stay and be a Lincoln City player beyond this season, or he's going to be here to the end of the season. I don't see him leaving in January in any way, shape or form. That's just, I could be completely wrong, but that's just the way the climate is at the minute. And whatever does happen, all I would say is that he's been professionally great so far, and I don't see any reason to think that that's going to change.
And just finally, obviously, West Brom have changed their manager this week. You've got a great relationship with the football club. When a change happens at the top, does that affect that relationship in any way, or do you tend to deal with the people further down the chain when it comes to their young players?
Bit of both, really. I think it's important sometimes to have a relationship with both, because you might you might speak more regular to the people that are involved in the academy. But luckily, you know, I have got a good relationship with the people who run the football club. Obviously, I don't know the owners as such, but certainly the ones in sort of who are working from England on behalf of the owners, etc. Obviously, clearly know them very well. So I don't think it'll affect anything to do with Alex and Callum. So you know, from our point of view, we crack on, and you know, we look forward to having both those players beyond January.